LinkedIn, how you doing today? I'm Chris Schwegel, performance psychology for real estate syndicators. And today I'm coming at you with a special episode, if you will, because I had someone reach out and say, I'm going through a really tough time right now. How do I recover in my business when I have a tough time going on in my personal life? And this is something that's near and dear to my heart because I've been through this tons of times. And I'm guessing that as a business leader, you've been through this tons of times too. How do you keep moving forward when everything around you seems to be falling apart? And we're going to go through this today through a performance psychology lens. So, this is exactly what I shared with her, and I'm going to share this with you today. So there's going to be three parts that we're going to look at, and we're going to use an analogy of a house. So when our home life is falling apart, it feels like the home life is falling apart. Rough patches feel like we're unsettled, like we're unsafe, like we don't have a place where we can go home, put our sweats on, throw on some friends, and just veg out. And that's what we want to get to mentally today. So we're going to be talking about the foundation of your house. And then we're going to talk about putting walls on your house and a roof. Next, we're going to turn that house into a home. But hey, I'm Chris Schwegel. Like I said, I help real estate syndicators raise more capital and own more assets with performance psychology. So, first and foremost, what we got to do is we got to create a foundation, a way for you to feel like yourself all the time. And this is your non negotiables list. This is a few things you do every single day that creates the foundation of who you are. These are things that happen no matter where you're at, no matter what's going on, and they make you feel like you. Now, what these non negotiables are not is it is not a to do list, it's a to be list. This should be a list that makes you feel like you, to be you. Also, this isn't 25 things you're working on. No, this is one, two, or three items. That's it. Everything else, if you're adding more, becomes negotiable. So these are just a very small list of things that you do every single day, and it makes you feel like you. For me, I do three things every single day, no matter where I'm at, no matter what's going on in my life. I send an email to my daughter. She doesn't read them. One day she'll get her account now it's over 2,500 emails in it. But that's what I do. I write an email to her. I also make sure to visualize, meaning I get to a quiet spot and I just let my mind wander. Sometimes it's towards a goal, sometimes it's imagining the future or something I'm trying to accomplish, but sometimes it's also just being quiet with myself. And this isn't forever. My non negotiable is to do this for 2 minutes, not a long time. And I would encourage you to also have your non negotiable list not be very lengthy, something you can get done in 10, 15 minutes every single day. Last, the third thing, and remember, max of three, the third thing on my list is sweat. Sweat's the best antidepressant, anti anxiety medication that is on the market right now. So use it. Great. Now that we have our foundation for feeling like ourselves and creating a home, let's create the walls. And the way we're going to do this is looking at sports psychology and mental toughness. We are going to look at the 4 C's here of mental toughness. Those are control, confidence, commitment, and a challenge. Again, control, confidence, commitment, and a challenge. First and foremost, control is about emotional control. So it's like feeling like you are in charge. It's not about controlling your environment so much as in being in control of your emotions. So, how do you build this? Well, you build automatic habits. Things like I do my non negotiables every single day. Things like after my coffee, I make sure to do my mindfulness. Things like every single day when I get out of bed, I do 20 push ups. These are little bets that you make with yourself that you win every single time. Mindfulness is also another way where you can delay gratification and practice just being calm with your emotions. Instead of reacting to everything, you can build that kind of delay, that lag in what you need emotionally. It's clear to see someone who doesn't have much control of their emotions. We see them all the time, right? But being in control of your emotions is something that you can practice and learn with automatic habits and mindfulness. Next, we're going to talk about commitment. This is setting goals. This is all about knowing where you're going in life so that you can be committed to it. And this isn't like setting yearly annual goals. This is a goal that is a smart goal for sure, but it's little things that you do every single day that works towards a lifetime achievement. So setting big, hairy, audacious goals are awesome, but then you've got to pare it down to, what do I do this year? What do I do this month? What do I do this week? What do I do today? Commitment is about being very, very clear, crystal clear about exactly what you have to do today. And then you can mindlessly keep moving forward. Next, we're going to touch on confidence. Confidence is a self belief that you're going to do the job no matter what. Sure, this seems like fluff, right? And mindset, but this is a skill, and you can develop confidence just like any other skill. You develop your self belief by telling yourself that you're better than you actually are. That's called affirmations. You can do visualizations where you can practice being in certain scenarios that you have not yet been in. You can also imagine yourself helping people, giving advice, talking from the front of the stage, handling problems that have never existed before. A month ago, I gave a shout out to Michael Phelps because he said whenever he does an actual race, he knows he's won because he's raced that exact race in his mind over 1,000 times. He's raced it in 3 different scenarios. He's raced it where he wins and everything goes perfectly. He's raced it where something could go wrong, but it's relatively neutral and has to come from behind to win. And the third case that he's visualizes for every single race is where everything goes wrong. How does he stay calm and not panic and put himself in the best situation to win? He has an incredible amount of confidence that he's going to win every race because he's already won the race in his mind. Last, we're going to look at challenges. And by challenges, I mean seeing challenges as opportunities. Now, with this fourth C, sometimes I think of it as curiosity instead, because this is kind of getting towards the realm of like what a hobby is really good at. Now, if you have a hobby that you love, let's say for me, like drumming, playing the drums. I love practicing rudiments. I love playing along to other songs. And there really isn't a big, like, high stakes here to get the job done right because I'm just playing, with headphones on in the basement. It's not a big deal. It's not my job. My family doesn't eat because of my drumming technique. It's just a way that I can be curious about learning. I don't have daily, weekly, monthly goals. I'm thinking about a lifetime. And that's what helps you view setbacks as opportunities. Turning challenges into growth is one of the keys to creating mental toughness and staying in the game even when you're going through a rough patch. Think in terms of decades, not years or months or weeks or days. How can what you're going through now help you in 10 years? That's the attitude that you can take to see challenges as opportunities. I would guess that if we were on some sort of interview or podcast or something, and I were to ask you, tell me about the best lessons in your life, most of them, if not all, are going to start with this thing went terribly wrong. And then I pivoted and learned this, and I'm better because of it. We can do that because we've had years of practice creating an emotional buffer. So we're going to practice doing that now so that we can help ourselves into the future. So now that our emotional home has a foundation of non negotiables, it has walls and a roof of four C's. Next, we need to turn that vacant home or that vacant house into a home. And what makes a house a home? People. So it's reaching out for support. Don't be afraid to tell someone, hey, I would really love a chat. Hey, I'm going through a rough time right now. Can you lend me an ear? You would be amazed at how many people will say yes and how many people will put aside everything that they have going on. The busiest people will drop everything and be by your side to listen. Why? Because they love you, because they respect you, because they admire you and want to help you be you more. As humans, we are naturally social people. We want to help others as much as we can, especially the people you're going to meet in business, in entrepreneurship, in on LinkedIn. Everyone is here to help everyone out. So use your neighborhood, use your support system. You are not going to figure out how to move forward on a rough patch by yourself. You have to include others. And there's a lot of power that comes in sharing your journey with others. No doubt you're going to find tons of people who love you, respect, and admire you. So, this is exactly what I would teach you if you were my client and you were a business leader and had to keep that team going and had investors that needed to get return of capital and return on capital, yet things aren't going so great at home. This is exactly how we would get you on track. So, I hope that this is helpful for you. If you have any other questions, always reach out. I'm here for you. Or give me a call and say, hey, man, I'd love an ear. I'm here for you. I'm Chris Schwegel, Performance Psychology for Real Estate Syndicators. Until next Wednesday, see you then.